Welcome back to my channel. So today's dish that I'm going to prepare is something everyone loves, the quintessential Indian dish, biryani. Served in so many different ways, cooked in so many different varieties, from the down south Hyderabadi version to the Awadhi version to our very own Kolkata version with the aloo. I'm going to make chicken dum biryani today. For that I have with me about 300 grams of basmati rice, about 500 grams of chicken, big pieces, about 3 medium-sized onions finely sliced, about 12 cloves of garlic and 1.5 inch of ginger, 3 or 4 green chillies, and these are the spices. The biryani masala will be made from these. I have 2 bay leaves, a pinch of mace, half a nutmeg, some white peppercorns, a tablespoon of Shah jeera, 2 to 3 cloves of cardamom, a stick of cinnamon, and 4 to 5 cloves. And I'll be needing these things afterwards while giving the dum. I have some rose water, some Keora water, some Meetha aatar, some ghee, and some saffron. So the first step involves deep frying these onions, bereshta as it is called. I'll be deep frying the onions. Half of them will go into my chicken marination and half for garnishing the biryani. I'll be making a paste of this ginger, garlic and green chilies, and I'll be grinding these dry spices. So let's heat up some oil for deep frying the onions. In the meantime, let us parboil our potatoes in some water, and in this water in which the potato will be boiling, I'll be adding some biryani masala. The dry spices that I showed you, I have a ready-made mixture of that. Ready-made means I made it myself, so I have some of that left. So inside that water in which the potato is boiling, in goes about 2 teaspoons of the ground spice, some salt, and some yellow food color. So in the meantime, let us mix the ginger, garlic and chilies, grind them into a paste in my mixer. So oil is hot, let us put in the onions. Turn them nice and crisp. My bereshta. So my ginger garlic paste is done. Let us now grind the dry spices, the biryani masala. Our biryani masala is done, finely ground. Let us now check on the onions. Let us now check our onions. As you can see, they are nicely browned, almost crisp. So I'm turning off the gas. These onions are done. Time to marinate my chicken. So I have about 500 grams of chicken. In goes 2 tablespoons of my biryani masala, a tablespoon of salt, a teaspoon of red pepper powder. Bereshta that I have fried, I'll take half of it and put it into the marinade. The other half will be required later on. And finally, this ginger garlic paste. In the meantime, let us wash our rice thoroughly, and I'll soak it in water for about an hour. So rice is nicely washed and soaked. Let it soak for about an hour so the grains will elongate. In the meantime, Let us soak some strands of saffron in about half a cup of milk. Soak some strands of saffron in about half a cup of milk. If you don't have milk, water will do. Now it's time to deep fry our potatoes. Potatoes which have been parboiled, about 3/4 done, we will deep fry them. Our potatoes are done, nice and golden. Let's take them out. So our chicken has been marinating over for more than an hour. Time to cook our chicken. About 50 ml of oil. I'm using sunflower oil. You can use any white oil. So oil is hot. What I'll do is I'll just place. So the chicken pieces have been put in oil. Let them just shallow fry for about 5 minutes. So after about 5 minutes, just turn the pieces over with a tong on the other side. So chicken pieces are nicely browned. Now time to add in the marinade. In goes the extra marinade, and just give it a good stir. And now time for this water from the boiled potatoes that I had stored. This biryani masala infused water. I'm pouring half of it into the chicken, and now I'll let it cook for about 10 minutes. So let us check our chicken. Yeah, it's nice and tender. It has been cooking for about 15 minutes. So this is done, ready to go into our dum. So rice has been soaking for more than an hour. Let's switch on the gas and cook our rice. I'll put in salt, about 3 teaspoons of salt, and a bit of sugar, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and a few drops of oil to this rice. This will cook till about 3/4 done. I'll show you when it's 3/4 done. We'll drain it then. Let us check our rice. Yeah, as you can see, it's almost done, 3/4. This is exactly how I want it. Yes, it's done. So let us drain it. So rice is done, as you can see, nice and fluffy. So I'll keep the lid open so that the cooking stops. Let it dry away a bit, and then it will go into the dum. So now for the most important and the most interesting part, assembling the biryani and putting it on dum, layering it as you call it. So first, in goes a layer of rice. In goes 2 large and lovely pieces of chicken, a bit of the gravy, 2 or 3 potatoes, some biryani masala. In goes my ghee, a lovely dollop of ghee, and some fried onions, 1 or 2 slit green chillies, and a stick of cinnamon, probably clove, cardamom. So the layering's done. Now it's time to put in the saffron. Now you do one thing, you make some holes like this with the back of your spoon to pour in the saffron infused milk, and here it goes. Lovely color it has taken. Now for the final stage, some Keora water, just sprinkle it like this, 2 to 3 tablespoons, and some lovely smelling rose water to bring in the distinctive aroma of Kolkata style biryani. A few drops of the Meetha aatar, and finally the lovely fried onions. So biryani is ready to go into dum. Let me close the lid, and now for the sealing. So I have some dough made of whole wheat flour. I'll use it to seal my biryani. So now for the sealing, I fixed it with the dough. Press the lid onto the vessel like this, and yeah, it's sealed for good to preserve all the flavor and the juices. Now it will go on the tawa. So I'm heating up the gas, heating up the tawa. Here goes my biryani on top of the tawa. Now this is done to ensure that the biryani doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. The heat is indirect. Now this will cook on dum on low to medium heat for about half an hour to 40 minutes. Time to open the lid and check on our biryani. Lovely and fragrant. So time to plate it. Biryani is plated. Time to taste it. Yes, lovely and fragrant chicken dum biryani is done.